to the head, I was like, okay, tell me you made it. I hope you can make it. Wonderful. And so, it is so wonderful when you can be able to tailor your dresses. In my house, I have machines. Even my mother went to be with the Lord. She left me her machines. I actually employed many people to be tailors, and I was supplying clothes there at Moy Avenue. I used to supply clothes in the dozens. Mimi sikuwa nalala. The whole night. I sleep, cutting, take to the tailors in the morning. I had a job that I was going to. That is something that people don't know about me. But I looked at that and I said, you do not even know what you have done. My son is a chef. My son is a chef. That is the first training that he took. I am a believer of skills empowerment. You can do all the business administration that you want. You can do all the finance that you want. But if you don't have a skill, you will go hungry. Kwa sababu ukimaliza school na mimi tumesoma nini computer utakula, huwezi kula computer. Lakini kama wewe ni fundi, utashona nguo, utauza. Kama wewe ni mpishi, utapika chakula, watu hata kwako unaweza tengeneza kuwe restaurant. Watu watakuja na watakula na utapata pesa. Kwa hivyo hata watoto wangu wakimaliza shule, mimi husema nataka uwe na skill, habari ya university tuende baadaye. Okay? Sasa hata nimwambie, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what the Lord is about to do in your life. Amen. But guess what? God will not come if you don't take the first step. You've got to take the first step of faith. You've got to know where you want to go, and you've got to go in that direction. Mimi nilikuwa na kazi, nimeandikwa na mzungu kwake ofisi, nafanya kazi huko. Lakini kwa sababu nilikuwa na hiyo skill, hiyo ya kushona, nikimaliza kazi, mimi naenda huko Ngara, nanunua material, mimi naenda Biashara Street, nanunua decors, mimi nashona nguo maridadi sana. Ninauza, ninapata pesa. Acha nimueleze. Mimi bwana yangu asinasema tu kama huyu wa Reverend Wahome, ati kama sio wewe tungekuwa wapi? Hakuna pesa kwa nyumba, hatuna vitu. Lakini nasema nigoje, mimi nikimaliza hizi nguo, naenda huko, watachukua oda mpya, na mimi najua watanilipa ile niliacha last time. Tukaendelea namna hiyo mpaka sasa nimekuwa mwandiki wa kitabu. Talk to me somebody. Amen. You know, give a hand clap to the Lord. I want to say to you that God does not despise simple beginnings. God does, please tell your neighbor, God does not despise simple beginnings. It is not where you are in your life. It is not whether you have or you do not have. It is a question of positioning yourself in destiny. Where do you want to go? Moses on the mountain, God asked him, what do you have in your hand? What? And he's looking, where? What do you have? He had the rod. We know that the rod did marvelous. God is asking him, what do you have in your hand? What do you have? You're hesitant. What do you have? Skills. You have skills. And this is the skill that God is going to use so that you can go further to the level of life that you desire. Let me tell you something. Your attitude is the one that is going to determine your altitude. You can only go as far as you desire. You know, when I got married, I was only 20 years old. Niliolewa nikiwa tu msichana wa miaka 20. Mimi bado nilitoka, sikuendelea na university. Mimi nimepata bwana, kwani nifanye nini? Si nioe? Niolewe nikae. Alafu nikapata watoto, hata mapacha nimezaa. Lakini acha nikwambie, ukikaa nyumbani bila kazi, hata bwana hakupendi. Hakupendi kabisa. Sijui nani amekaa nyumbani. Unasikia yule Paul amesema yeye ana bibi moja na yeye anampenda sana. Ukiangalia utapata huyo bibi anapika chakula mzuri na haulizi bwana wapi pesa. Mimi nilikaa nyumbani, sina kazi, sifanyi nini. Sasa nimeanza kupata watoto, nisijali. Nalia tu, hata bwana haji nyumbani. Ameenda. Sioni yeye, nitafanya nini? Siku moja nilikuwa nimelia sana, baba yake akakuja. Dada yangu, mtoto wangu, unalia nini? Nikamwambia, mimi mtoto wako amenichokesha. Hanipatii pesa, hanipeleke dinner, he's not, you know what I mean? It's been 1 month, we've not had dinner. Na sio pesa naleta. Akaniambia, acha nikwambie mtoto wangu, acha nikwambie. If you want to be loved by your husband and to be respected by people, you got to work hard. Amen. You got to work hard. And I want to tell you, come to my office tomorrow, let's talk about it. That was the beginning of my journey of becoming somebody. I realized, oh, you mean it's not enough? To be married is not arriving? No, it's not arriving. In fact, the greatest challenges then come there. So what's the value that you are adding in my life? Are we together? Okay. So now, I'm telling you all this so that I can encourage somebody here today. And I hope that by the time you leave here, one day, you will write me an email and tell me I made a difference and you have moved in another direction. And so, let's put it this way. That by the time now I started working, I did start working. I did whatever. Now I became the biggest resource. I became the cash cow for the home. I am you know, it's amazing. God tells us that he who finds a wife finds what? A good thing. And obtains what? Favor with the Lord. So as a woman, really, we are the ones that carry the favor. We carry the favor in children. We carry the favor in the blessings of the hand. We carry favor everywhere. But we do not know. And so when I realized that I'm the one that carries the favor, I went all full blast so that even my children can be blessed. I want to say to you, graduates, as you leave here today, now you have your skills. What do you do with your skills? Mtafanya nini sasa na hiyo skill ile mumesoma? Unaweza enda nyumbani, utasema unatafuta, wengi wanatafuta kazi, wanafuta. Hapana. You have to think about self-employment. Wapi utaanza? Hata kama ni huko estate, unaanza kupikia, kama hiyo testimony, anapika scones, anapika keki. Ufanye hivyo. Waambie, sasa kutoka hapa, uende utengeneze kitu inaitwa business card. Na ujiite XYZ specialist in catering. Unataka caterer, niite, nitakuwa. Ukitengeneza hiyo kazi mzuri, utapata. Now, I want to tell your neighbor, Mish. Tell your neighbor, be Mish. Be Mish. Now, never forget to be Mish. When you go out there, the M for Mish means magnetic. When you are, now you are a brand. Now you're a brand. You are going out there declaring, I'm a tailor, I make the best clothes. You got to be magnetic. If you are the one who is making the best clothes, how come you're only wearing Deacons or Woolworth? You have to wear your brand. You make nice clothes, you step out in them, and you say, I make this, I make clothes. And when you do that, people look and say, she knows what she's doing. Number 2, Mish, I. I is to be involved. Involved. Sasa wengine watasema mimi nimekuwa sasa nimesoma, nimeandika mpishi mwingine, nimeandika tailor, na sasa mimi nimeenda kuandikwa ndio wafanye kazi. That is not going to work. You got to be involved so that you understand the business. Uwe hapo ndio ushike na ujue hiyo biashara. After that, what is the next? S. You've got to be seen. Wateja wako wakikuja wanakuona. And you need to be seen by your customers. You need to be seen by the people you have hired. You need to be seen so that it continues. Finally, is H. And H is to be heard. You need to be heard. Your voice needs to be heard. Your instructions needs to be heard. You are needing to be heard saying, I am cooking. I cook the best chicken. You can order Kentucky. There is a man called Kentucky Fried Chicken. We have Kentucky now here in Nairobi. Kentucky Fried Chicken started his business after retirement. When Kentucky retired after 60 years of age, he didn't know what to do, whatever. By the time he was 70, he decided, wait a minute, every time I cook chicken, people enjoy. And I'm so bored. I don't have something to do. And the friends were telling him, why don't you cook chicken and we'll be buying? Warafiki ndio walikuwa wananunua kuku kwake. Mtu akiwa amefika miaka 70. At the end of the day, what am I saying? If you think you're too old, life has only just begun. This is somebody after the age of 70 started a business and became a multi-millionaire, and the brand is still selling royalties to this day. And Kentucky Chicken has remained wonderful. I like it. It's beautiful and tasty. But because I like to watch my waistline, I do that only once in a while. Yeah? And so, what is important is that you will need to be known for one good thing that you do. So you may consider specializing. I'm a tailor, clothes, children's line. I'm a tailor, bridal. I am a tailor. Kwanza hiyo bridal niliipenda sana. Hiyo bridal, ako wapi hiyo bridal? Hiyo bridal niliipenda sana. Okay? Lakini niliangalia nikasema, I wish you had worn fuchsia as the jacket, hot pink. I wish you had a color that will complement the purple. It is excellent. It is a lovely dress. But if you wear a warmer color that will complement that, it would be a killer. So what am I saying? You need to study about color. You need to understand about what your client is interested in. And so if you say, I'm going bridal, go full-blown into bridal. Beloved, God says in his word in Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans that I have for you. Plans for good and not for evil. Plans to give you a future and a hope. The choice is in your hands. Will you take this on? Will you allow God to bless the works of your hands? Will you take the first step of initiative and walk? And as you walk, never settle for mediocrity. You got to continue growing. I never remained the tailor that I was. I moved on to other things, and even now, I am still moving on to other things. This is not the end. This is only the beginning. May the Lord bless you. May he watch over you. May his face be radiant upon you. And may you excel in whatever you do. I charge you to go out there into the world and serve men and women with a passion. And because of your passion for service, it will result to income in your pockets, in your hands. It will be that the doing of the Lord is what has made you prosper. For you parents, give them a hand clap. For you parents that have supported some of this, hip hip, hooray, hip hip, hooray, because have recognized the importance of skills, you have sponsored them, and now they are going to excel. Don't forget your sponsors when you excel. I want to say to you, if you are here and you are thinking about somebody at home who is wasting away, so many people, they call me all the time, mimi sina pesa, bwana hanipati, bibi yangu ametoroka, ndiye ndio alikuwa ana pesa, sasa sijui nirudi kwa mama ama nifanye nini. You know people in those conditions? Teach them to learn to do skills and bring them to Slim to do some course that is going to liberate them so that they can be able to achieve their dreams by working. May the Lord bless you too. Are you happy? Yes. You are happy? Yes. Tupigie our sister mkono, Sister Jennifer.
She's done for 6 months, catering for 6 months. She knows everything about cookery.
If I could have one desire before my life is through, even in my darkest night, my light would shine for you. If I could stop the hands of time or make a wish come true, I would tell my heart to burn with fire for no one else but you. This is my one desire. You are my saving grace, anchor of my soul. And in a world that's turned upside down, I want you to know.
Thank you so much. Now we are going to bring the cake here. We are going to bring the cake here, please. All the graduates, Mr. and Mrs. Wahome, they are going to be here as well. And our guest speaker. Yeah, and before we do that, before we cut, our referee is going to play.
Tuelekeze mikono. Baba, mfalme Mungu mkuu, katika jina la Yesu Kristo, tunakushukuru kwa sababu wewe ni Bwana ambaye